Hello and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. My name is Michelle, you can hear me now. Welcome to our little game of Fallout. It never fucking changes. Joining us as always is the players. Hello players.
Hello,
Hello,
overseer.
overseer.
Yeah, whatever. As a game runner of many weeks, I have now got to the point where I care nothing for your feelings, players. As is inevitable in every game. I'm joking. You're the reason I do it. So let's jump back into this. So last time, our players set off to the Boston Public Library in post-apocalyptic Boston. They have been sent with the instruction to collect a bunch of papers and the draft, pardon me, of a new constitution for a prospective Commonwealth provincial government. Ooh. However, that didn't come without some cost because Freddie, the trader, the widow, the man, sadly departed this mortal coil after repeating his now infamous "I'm going to blow everyone up with my mini nuke" tactic, and it going horrifically wrong. The rest
Lots
of
of bad dice rolls. Lots of bad dice
like
rolls.
so many. I don't think anyone can argue that I didn't give Freddie many outs.
Yeah,
from his
yes, we had
fate,
many chances.
and that's the way it all went. So
all critical failures. We had 3 in a row.
yeah. So at this point, I think it's safe to say that the gang are not in the good books of the people of Good Neighbor, or definitely not in the good books of the people of Monofonto. However, they have John Hancock, whilst Betsy of Monofonto Towers was busy shooting Freddy in the head, said it may be best you get out of here. If you want to go and get this Constitution thing, you can. Maybe that'll help, but whatever. And the gang decided to go get the Constitution. As they arrived there, Augusta snuck around the back and climbed up the top and ran into a synth wearing a trench coat and a trilby hat, who introduced himself as Nick Valentine, private detective, normally outside of Diamond City, currently residing in Monofonto Towers, as he was on his case trying to find the daughter of one of the people from Diamond City. So we left last week with the gang all around the front of the Boston Public Library, and I can show you that now. Standing outside the entrance where the door has been heavily barricaded. But we're not going to start with them. We're going to start... I will ask the players to avoid the metagaming thing. Obviously, you're going to see parts of the map and stuff that you can't see from the outside. I would ask you to respect all of that stuff. We're going to start over here. That's not updating on the other one. That's annoying. Oh, yeah, it is. There we go. Right. So, inside the library, there are many bookshelves packed full of books. Some have rotted to nothing as they were made out of cheaper materials. Other books have maintained through time. There are signs above every bookshelf with things like anthropology, biography and memoir, Christian fiction, fantasy, general non-fiction, general fiction, etc., etc. There is thousands of books in this massive hallway, a massive hall full of bookshelves. Obviously, time has not been kind, but this is still a pretty well-stocked library. And in the graphic novels and comics section, there is a ghoul standing there. Tim, would you like to introduce your new character?
Yes, you will see nobody but the camera will see a large ghoul. Reddish tint. He has welding visor flipped up. He's wearing and what you'll see on his face is one side of his face has been kind of charred and burnt. His ears a little off and everything. Looks like he might caught in an explosion or some fire or something. But he's carrying a large minigun, and you see out of a couple of pockets a few sticks of dynamite. Just kind of sticking out. And he's currently flipping through some graphic novels. While he's trying to contemplate how to get out of here. Does he know or does he not know about what's going on in the other room, Michelle?
I would say that he is aware.
Okay.
The way he got in was maybe several hours before anybody else arrived. He traversed the wall, arrived through the fire escape, and you have seen that there is, for want of a better word, an orgy with prisoners in the other room. Based on our talks, I decided that you went straight to the comic book section, and you can hear grunts and flesh slapping together, and you can hear a scream, regular screaming, but that's a bit more muffled. So what would you like to do?
I came here with companions, correct?
I thought your companions were captured.
Yep, I'm just agreeing. I'm just making sure that they weren't captured.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he would be somewhat perusing, but he would be eventually thinking about freeing his friends or getting out of here himself, but the only real way he knows to get out is through that front entrance.
Okay.
At least from this point.
But
he's grabbing a few things to read later or to use for other functions.
Okay, so whilst you are grabbing some copies of Grognak the Barbarian and a few old reference books to use as toilet paper, we will jump back to the front of the library outside. And at this point, Nick Valentine says in his low Boston drawl, "What's the plan?"
Yeah.
Since I wasn't here last session, what do we know about the place? Is there roof windows we can look down in? Are there clear sneak-in bait sections? What's going on here?
Last week, Augusta walked around the back, and there was like a glass dome over a courtyard, so I can show you what Augusta saw, because I'm assuming that she definitely told you all what she saw. I need to reveal a few other things. So what Augusta saw was a whole bunch of Sisterhood of Pain just going to town on each other. There is Cassie Gusler, otherwise known as Gut Gusler, tied to a chair, looking a bit worse for wear, and tied to like a statue of like an American colonial type is Knight Maxie. But there is like 6 Sisterhood of Pain just going to town on each other, and overseeing it all and occasionally whispering or screaming a prayer is the Screaming Priest.
And we heard Jim's voice screaming from somewhere too, right?
Yes, Augusta.
We haven't seen him, but we can hear him.
When Augusta got a bit closer, she identified that the screams were Stupid Jim, who could not be seen. His scream was a bit muffled. He is somewhere else. He's somewhere around, but yeah, he's having a terrible time, whatever is happening to him.
And also the person that stole the power armor, who was Freddy's companion, is in there somewhere too.
No.
No? There was ruined power armor. I have a note of that.
Yeah, that's Knight Maxi.
Oh yes, we'd wondered about that. So we'd thought maybe it was the person who ran off and left the power armor after Freddy had gone, but it wasn't.
No, I know what happened. I said that he was somebody from Freddy's past. I guess you jumped to Mikey J, but it was actually Knight Maxi. Yeah. Somehow, presumably, the Sisterhood of Pain managed to wrestle Knight Maxi and drag him back or something. Like, this is, yeah. He's a dude in power armor. Whatever happened must have been pretty impressive to get him there. So, yeah.
And he's not in power armor currently, I'm assuming.
He is in power armor.
He is?
Yes.
Okay.
He does not have his helmet, but he has everything else.
And was he restrained?
Yeah, he is tied to a statue of... Like, the statue is of, like, a colonial American holding a musket, that hat they have, you know, all of that stuff. He is tied to that.
That's impressive. I wonder if they took his power core.
I mean, that would have been my guess.
Yeah. And we've heard Stupid Jim, so he's probably indoors somewhere around here.
You could currently hear Stupid Jim. People outside couldn't identify him from where you were, but Augusta could identify him from where she was on the roof. So you can hear faintly, stop it, let me out, no, and that, basically.
And, Lavaita, where on the roof was Augusta located when she heard?
I'd gone round the back and upstairs, and there was like a rope thing going up to the top that the ghoul synth fellow had used to get up there, and I'd followed him up, and then he saw me.
Yeah.
So we were just on the roof looking down from like above.
Nick Valentine had climbed up there earlier.
Okay, so back of the library on the roof, looking at the courtyard, you could identify Stupid Jim. So he's probably in the back there then.
Yeah, possibly, or like somewhere in that central area with the courtyards.
Yeah, if he's behind something you couldn't see. Okay.
Didn't want to spend too long looking in case they saw us at some point, because they were looking in all kinds of weird directions given what they were doing.
Yeah. How did the roof look in general? Was it in good condition? Were you likely to step through a roof and end up in a room below, or are there skylights? What's going on?
I think it looked okay, but there was glass. There was a glass dome.
That's over the courtyard.
Overseer?
Yeah, so the roof was fairly bare. There was a doorway that was a fire escape type thing leading down. It can only be presumed that there was like a set of stairs or something on the outside so people could get down in some way, but that is long gone. That has probably fallen apart over the last 200 years. But there is a way down, you presume, into the library from the roof via a door. There is a glass dome that is mostly intact. Like, there's a couple of panes here or there that are broken, but mostly that is intact. The panes that are broken, maybe you could fit, but then you just drop into the courtyard. So, you know, I don't know if that's a viable way, but that's the setup on the roof.
Oh, I don't worry about me fitting through the broken panes of glass. I'm concerned about an arrow fitting through.
Oh yeah, an arrow would definitely fit through.
Good. Okay.
What are you thinking, Carl?
I reckon we have two decent options here. One is that we get up on the roof and we start shooting through that glass dome at relevant targets. Probably that screaming guy first, that priest, I think you said. And then just use our height advantage and blast them. The other is to wait until they go to sleep and slit all their throats as they're snoring, but we don't know how long that will take, especially if they're having an orgy and possibly on drugs.
I really don't want to wait. It looked like Gosler was in pretty bad shape.
Then I guess we're going up on the roof and shooting through the glass dome. And
What if some of the
So
if we distract? Sorry.
And if I take the first shot, I might be able to take one out without anyone noticing, and then I can take another out before we need to start blasting.
What if some of us went from the front at the same time and kind of divided their attention?
That's a good idea. I've heard. Yeah, that can work. That works sometimes.
If we could get the door open.
Well, they might open the door once they start getting fired at because they might want to leave very suddenly.
Yeah. So, how about? Well, Jade, you're a fairly big guy. You can probably stand over here. I can leave Sniff here with you to help keep them inside or from running away.
Mhm.
Anyone else is really good at punching people?
Who do we have left?
Nick pipes up and says,
I mean,
I'm good with a gun. He pulls out his 44 pistol.
I imagine General Isaacs is good with a gun too.
Yeah.
She looks at you a little bit disdainfully and just says, of course.
Well, I didn't mean any offence.
None taken. I'm sorry. Sorry, I know I'm breaking the illusion, but I forgot to make some tokens, so I'm subtly making tokens right now for some characters I forgot to make tokens for. Whoops. But yeah.
Well done, Overseer.
Thanks. I had a whole list of things to do, and yesterday I was so happy with myself, just like, I did all the things. Yeah, I did all the things. I'm ready. No, I was not. But yeah.
Augusta, your robot, is she better at shooting or at chopping people up with that buzzsaw of hers?
She's got a buzzsaw, and I don't know if she has a flamethrower.
Yeah, her character
in any
sheet.
case, she can't climb the rope, can she?
No, but she can fly a bit. I don't know if she can fly up there.
She's probably better guarding the entrance here.
Yeah, we could just have her flaming everyone as they come out the door.
Yeah.
She can hover like a little bit off the ground, but at a certain point, like, it's not going to be able to propel her much further unless it uses a lot of fuel, and that would leave her at risk of maybe running out. Well, not running out of fuel. Basically, in Fallout, I've never seen a handy robot do that, so I'm assuming they can't.
No, I'm assuming they can't go higher than like normal domestic building height unless there's steps. It's like they propelled a certain amount off the ground, and that's as far as they can go. That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Yeah, she's got a pincer, a buzzsaw, and a flamer. She hasn't really got anything apart from the pincer to grab onto. So it would be probably not impossible, but probably like almost impossible for her to climb a rope.
I think we have her outside and General Isaacs at the front.
Her weapons are short to medium range anyways.
Yeah.
Won't be able to shoot down. So Miss Nanny, Sniff, and Jade probably outside here. Augusta, Carl, and Isaacs are probably going to be up top for the shooting. I don't know how good Olivia is at anything.
I mean, she have a pistol. Let's see. She have energy weapons and small guns. She should be hyfsat. What's that in English?
Decent.
Thank you. Decent at shooting. I don't necessarily think the dice have ever agreed with that, but she should be.
Okay, so we'll take her with us up. We tie Chumo across the street so it doesn't get in on the fight. And we take a position like right above where it says Library 1 and shoot down into the courtyard. So if they try to run out and we lose our angle, we just run to the ceiling of the edge of the building and shoot down on them from there.
If you bring Nick Valentine's rope up behind you once you're up there, you might be able to use the rope to come down inside the building once you're there. So if they do run away, you can be behind them.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got a plan.
All right. Let's move some tokens around and roll some dice.
Okay.
Let's go fuck the plan up as always.
Well, it's a good job there's nobody in the building that we don't know about.
That could screw things up.
So, Nick Valentine and Carl and General Isaacs are going to the roof. Is that right?
Maybe Augusta also.
Augusta's also going to the roof, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the people who are going to the roof, and I'm going to place them here. Oh, wait, no. You know what? I'm going to place them in this corner here. And just move them out of the way for a second. Oh. Because I didn't make a roof map, which is now seeming like an oversight. I was like, nah, I probably don't need that. I should have, again, thought of every possibility. But let's.
You can't just.
We're
Yeah.
just a warning for overseers everywhere, aren't we?
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, so I've moved those tokens to the corner. That should reflect on your end any second. There we go. So that's like where roof people are. And from firing from there, this is going to be a medium range thing because it's quite high up. So it's any kind of projectile that you fire from the roof is a medium range deal, not a close range deal. So that leaves Olivia, Miss Nanny, Jade, and Sniff. You're going to try and break in through the front. That was the plan, right?
Or just be there in case they run away, and then
Yeah,
You're there?
if they try to run out, they're gonna rip them apart, essentially.
All
Yeah,
right.
because we tried to open the door and it was blocked by something, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
they
been
can
barricaded.
come out, but yeah, okay.
I sent you a message, Michelle.
Cool, cool. I'm just gonna token.
enough of this tokenism.
Zing.
I just waiting for the count of them. They're all the prisoners. Yeah. They're helpers. They're going to help us. That's why he's making tokens.
Ooh, crap. Ah, right. Wait, no. Oh, shit. Ah, that's what I did. So many names, so many people. Okay.
Gesundheit.
Da-da-da. I'll say this is a lot faster than if we were doing this like at my actual table. I'd have to print out a bunch of stuff probably. This is the advantage of online. Online's good. People say, "Oh, it's not the same." It's good.
See, this is when I run games. I don't use tokens and maps.
I guess it depends on the game. It's probably handy to see tactical stuff when we're planning things like this.
To some extent, yes.
Theater of the mind can be easily figured out.
Yeah, it's when you're shooting a bullet, what is close range and long range doesn't really matter that much.
Oh, you can get my game I played last night. Same thing. We use a lot of theater of the mind, and yeah, exactly. My character moves up. Okay, I trust the DM to judge how far and what I need to do. You know.
See, I was reading the Fallout book. Reading it was like, it didn't seem like there was a way to do theater of the mind without it being really, really confusing.
No, not the way some of the weapons work with zones and stuff like that. As we're
Also, they want you to buy tokens.
Yeah, that's probably it. They want you to buy the little models. Modiphius, like, they released a whole range of them that are ridiculously expensive for what they are. But yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Just buy your own 3D printer, and there you go. You can make as many as you want, as long as you pay all that money.
How much is a 3D printer? Like 10 grand or something? Like, it's something silly like that.
It's not that bad anymore.
Oh, okay.
I haven't looked at it. I don't do home games anymore. No room.
Okay. So let me just add people to the turn counter, because I have a feeling there's going to be some turn stuff happening.
Sabina says, "Thank you for the bless you."
Just looking online, I can see 3D printers for between 200 and 300, Michelle.
Oh, that's like the same cost as like a decent printer, like paper printer.
Yeah, the problem comes with supplying all the plastic all the time. It's
like with the ink.
I mean, I wouldn't like to say how good they are, but
yeah.
They're cheaper now than they were when they came out.
Oh yeah. I know a few people who have them, and they're great, but like they say, it's the cost of the material used. It's almost the same by the time you're done in some cases. But you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you could print yourself out a gun, bunch of dice, whatever you want.
So how are all the token placing going?
I've done that. I did that. I'm now doing initiative and stuff for the turn order.
Whoever edits this will have a whole chunk in her.
Yeah, we were trying to help cover things there. That's what the conversation was about.
I'm reading some barbarian comics in the back there, and slowly
Legally
moving
distinct, not Cohen.
Yeah, slowly moving south. Figuring they're busy, and maybe I'll just go out the front since I can't recall how I got here exactly.
Chat is asking the name of your character, Tim.
Oh, isn't it on the sheet? It is Herbie. Herbie Flowers, Sergeant Herbie Flowers. They haven't introduced yet, so. If you're familiar, he looks very NVR, so familiar with the Fallout setting from the New Vegas area.
He's come a long way.
Oh yeah, there's a whole little write-up to Michelle on it.
So was he well cooked on one side before or after he came to Boston?
It's fairly recent. He's in the process of still healing. He needs to find some good radiation areas. You heard there's some recent new ones.
Certainly is.
Okay. As you all go around the back, Nick Valentine gives you all some tips on how to climb up the roof in a safe way, so I'm not going to make you roll for that. He sees you all up there successfully. And I would like you all to make a sneak roll. Difficulty 1, because the people that are around are quite busy.
Everyone are all on the roof.
2 successes.
All right, you can bank that. Oh, bloody
2
hell.
successes.
Is Herbie coming onto the roof?
I think Herbie's just showing off, to be honest.
Okay.
He said, "Roll, everybody roll," so I rolled. I didn't know if it was implied because I will be moving also.
And yeah, do the roll. Okay, you see that, right?
Yeah, good luck, Nick.
So as you all climb up, you all start to sneak across. Nick, however, kicks a can that bounces off the glass dome part, and you can hear from inside this a voice saying, Sisters, we may not be alone. Sisters, hey, Julie, stop. Put down the paddle. Julie, look. Oh, for crying. Just stop that for a second. We may be out. There may be someone else here.
All right. I guess it's time for Carl to take a shot at that screaming priest.
All right, you have snuck successfully, so you can just take your shot. As you approach, you see Screaming Priest just trying to pull away who you assume is Julie, the Sisterhood of Pain member, from another Sisterhood of Pain member doing something disgusting. I'm going to leave that up to the imagination of the players and the audience, what specifically these people are doing to each other. I'm going to try and be as PG as possible. But it is pretty fucking wild. Like, this is some pretty wild, sexy shit they're doing down there.
PG as possible. It's pretty fucking wild. Excellent.
Okay, I was checking through my perks here before I roll, so let's see here. I can reroll 1 attack die and 1 bonus die for both sneak attack, knowing difficulty increase for hit locations. So I'm gonna shoot him in the head. Let's see here. With longbow. Nice, 3 successes. And I have +1 damage die on sneak attack with bow. So if he has any armor on his head, that's reduced by 1, and I do 6 physical damage.
Your arrow flies true through a gap in the in the glass dome, flies right and lands directly in his head. He lets out a scream. And then he smiles and says, Sisters! Oh. Okay. Sisters, we have an opportunity to pay our debt to the we have a, can't I speak? We have an opportunity to repay our debt to the screaming god. Look above! All of the Sisterhood of Pain people look up. They can't see anything, but they all pull out weapons of various descriptions, mostly shotguns, massive paddles, whips, chains, the usual for a sexy time. And okay, on that point, it is Augusta. What would you like to do?
Doesn't General Isaac have a shot first?
Yeah, someone's ahead of me in the queue.
General Isaacs gets a shot
at the front.
General Isaac gets a shot as a. Wait a minute. I might be remembering the rules wrong.
The rule says they act on our turn on an order from us that takes one of our actions.
That's
but
right.
I don't remember if we made some home rule about that because that seemed stupid.
Yeah, we've always had them act on their own, but on our initiative.
Yeah. See, that's what I was remembering it as.
We kind of changed it for a homebrew as they will defend themselves. They won't just wait for you to tell. They will. So if undangered, they will shoot back.
General Isaac to take a shot.
Laser musket coming through. With...
And Herbie's not in the turn orders, just FYI.
No, I was going to get to you, because this is like a surprise round, kind of. For everyone.
Let's see, how many successes was needed for that range?
You would need 2 successes.
Okay. Then I'll just roll damage. That's another 4 energy damage with piercing on the Screaming Priest.
Okay, I don't think she can select where she hits.
No, it's just center of mass.
Okay. Open the damn thing. There it is. Okay. Laser beam hits her in the gut. This automatically reveals General Isaacs. All of the Sisterhood of Pain can now see her. And the Screaming Priest is looking pretty fucked up. So yeah, we'll just quickly cut to Herbie. You have heard a laser musket. You didn't hear the bow or the arrow land. You did hear some screaming and stuff from essentially kind of the next room. But yeah, you have heard now what is an unmistakable sound of a laser gun of some kind, and you know that there is now currently some kind of combat going on very close to you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to act now, but if you want to enter the combat, you won't necessarily be able to this turn. It depends on what you do and where you end up.
First thing is he's aware that the sisters were yelling out about stuff, so he's aware that they're being attacked, I would assume, not just random.
Yeah.
But he would charge forward, preparing to assist, because his companions are also being held somewhere, so hopefully he can use this to his advantage to free his friends.
Okay.
That are somewhere.
So, let me reveal a bit more of the map. And that wasn't what I wanted to do. Reveal area. Okay, so, just to give you a breakdown, you don't know the entirety of the insides of this yet. You entered through here. Library 6, which you could judge was like what used to be like a staff room.
Okay.
That is where the door on the roof leads down to. And then you walked into one of the main library halls packed full of books. That's where you are. You aren't entirely sure of the layout, but you have 2 options to go back where you came or go into this place or go like to another
Well,
room.
I'm hearing the gunfire and stuff, and I know where the front of the building is.
Yeah.
And could I access the hole back out to the ceiling?
Yeah, you could do that. You could
okay.
Because it's a doorway to a set of stairs that leads all the way to the roof. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I was thinking more of as like trapdoor opening in the ceiling. So, okay. Yeah, he will run up to there and try to get up back on the roof.
Okay. Let me reveal more of the map now.
But he would be on the other side.
Oh, and reveal, obviously, this bit for people. There we go. That's what you need to see. Okay. At that point...
And I would be at the ceiling up here, correct? Roof? Just so I know where I am?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand I'm at an elevation, not in the room.
Yeah, so just after General Isaacs pops out, just after she pops off her shot, everyone hears the door slam open and you see a ghoul wielding a minigun. Augusta, it is now your turn.
I'm going to aim for the same person that Carl just shot, the priestess, with my .44 Magnum.
Okay, that is a medium range shot, and you've got a close range weapon, so you need 2 successes to hit.
That was my typical mess, so nope.
Critical failure. As you are holding your pistol through, like, near the thing, it fires, and it flies out of your hand and falls down onto the ground inside, near the Sisterhood of Pain, in Courtyard D. Let me just make a note of where it is. There we go. So yeah, you have dropped your weapon, but unfortunately you've dropped your weapon through a hole in the glass dome down to the ground inside.
Perfect.
I'm sorry, you rolled a 20. I feel so bad.
Our dice rolls be
Dice
dice rolling.
do dice. I don't know. These dice seem to hate
Get them out of the way to begin with.
weeks. Okay. You still have a bonus, like a secondary action.
I'm going to duck down out the way because I'm guessing I'm in full visibility, potentially having just unsuccessfully fired a gun, dropped it. They can probably guess where I am, so I'm going to get out of the way again, like pull back a bit and go low.
Okay, cool. So you duck away out of sight of the Sisterhood of Pain people. So at this point, the Sisterhood of Pain can see General Isaacs. They can't see anybody else. Carl is like a shadow. So it's Nick's turn, and Nick just turns around and points a gun at Herbie, and is just going to say, Who the hell are you? Oh, you're muted, Tim.
I'm way on the other side of the building. He can talk to me?
Well,
if I'm missing, because they're standing in the front of the building, I'm way over here, so I don't know if we can talk
that
yet.
wasn't. This isn't them at the front down here. This is just a place I put them in the corner to be like, right, they're on the roof.
Well, roof is a big area, so I thought they came up on the front of the building.
They came up on the back.
Back. Oh, okay.
They went round the back and climbed up a rope.
Okay. Misunderstood.
So you
Sorry.
are pretty close to. So you are pretty close to them. So yeah, Nick Valentine's pointing his gun at you and just says, "Who the hell are you?"
Nick, we met in Monfanto Towers before. I'm a friend of Zeb's. He's got some of our runners down there.
Herbie?
Flips the lid of his welder's mask up. Yes.
Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes. Come on, we could use your help. Get over here.
And he will jog over. Looks like fun.
All right, you are now in the combat. Let me add your initiative. Okay, just to make it clean, going to make it so that your turn is basically climbing up and getting over there and having that chat with Nick. So you're going to go in the next round, just to keep it a bit clean. So yeah, Nick at that point turns around and fires off at one of the Sisterhood of Pain in Courtyard A. I'm going to say Sisterhood of Pain 2. If I can open his damn character sheet. Needs 2 successes to hit. And he misses. Rolling 2 18s. So yeah, he just starts firing off towards Sisterhood of Pain people as they start running around downstairs. So at that point, it's the Sisterhood of Pain and the Screaming Priest's turn. I'm going to work out what they all do, and then I'll describe it all in one go. So there's going to be some dice rolls and about 20 seconds of silence from me while I work all this out. Ba-ba-ba.
A medium is how many zones? 2 or 1?
It's the next zone. So close range is same zone. Medium is the next zone. So like
Okay.
one zone away.
Well, they're doing all right, aren't they?
They are.
I have to look it up. I didn't write it down.
All right.
Yeah.
If we win this, we're going to have a lot of double-barreled shotguns.
Yep. And probably a decent supply of ammunition for them too.
Okay, spread. Oh wait, yeah.
Excuse me. Oh, dang. All right. Shotgun ammo.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's not great for whoever that hits. And who does that hit? Okay. The Sisterhood of Pain. All of them, including the Screaming Priest, pull out double-barreled shotguns. Their weapon of choice, sort of their standard weapon. You may remember that Stupid Jim, when you met him, he also was rocking a double-barreled shotgun. That's kind of a holy weapon for them. They pull out and start firing off into just randomly. Most shots miss. Glass smashes and rains down onto them. And this doesn't necessarily take away any hit points, but they do seem to enjoy that. Some of them with another hand pick up glass and start cutting themselves, cutting their flesh, and just yelling out prayers to the screaming god. It misses most people, but it does hit Nick Valentine for 8 hit points of damage. That is reduced down to 6. So, yeah, that. He gets a whole bunch of shotgun pellets in his face and in his shoulder. He's bits of plastic and metal fly off parts of his head and shoulder, and he stands back just going like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And yeah, that's their turn.
All right.
So now it's Carl again.
Let's see. I was still hidden, right?
You are still hidden, yes.
All right. Another shot at the Screaming Priest. And I'm going to re-roll that miss since I'm still in stealth.
You still got 2 successes, so you did hit.
Yes, but I'm hoping to maybe get a third one.
I see. Go for it.
Just because I can. 11, yes.
So yeah, roll for damage.
And see, I can use that extra success for an extra dice of damage, right?
Yes.
And I'm still in stealth, so total +2. And boom, 10 damage.
Okay. The Screaming Priest is firing off his shotgun at the roof, yelling out different prayers, such as things like, "You burned the world. You set down a debt, and we will pay it. Ah!" Then pump. An arrow, clean, splits his head in half. Each half of his
blah,
head,
blah, blah. Arrow to the face.
each half of his head is smiling. He is alive still for about 2 seconds, where he tries to yell out another prayer. He looks like he is in absolute ecstasy, even though his head is split in half, and then he falls to the ground. At that point, the other Sisterhood of Pain people see that and yell out, "His debt has been paid! His debt has been paid!" and continues shooting at the roof. But yeah, the Screaming Priest is gone.
All right.
If you want to stay in,
then...
I don't think I remember to do this last time, but definitely this time. You need to re-roll your stealth roll to see if you stay in stealth after that.
Yeah, of course. Let's see here. Speech. Sneak.
You have maintained your
2
sneak.
successes. What?
You have maintained your sneak. You are still hidden. They cannot
Good.
see you.
And then Isaacs is going to shoot at SOP 2.
Okay.
For 4 damage.
All right, let me just work out where she hits. That is... I just had... Oh, there it is. That's a torso shot. Sisterhood of Pain member 2, is that right?
Yes.
So that's reduced by 1, so that's a 3. Zip. Right on the torso. The Sisterhood of Pain member doesn't seem to even register that they've been hit. So yeah, next it's Augusta. Do you are on the roof? I don't know if you have any other weapons on you, but you do not have access to the pistol you just used because that is on the ground.
I'm remembering that. I've got a 10mm pistol and a switchblade, and that's it. I'm just looking to see who's closest to see if there's like an easier shot than trying to get someone who's too far away. Because the 10mm isn't going to go very far or
From
very
where you
hard.
are, they are all medium range. You are in a zone.
Yeah, I thought they might be. Is there any way I can get closer safely? Like, can I walk around like the outside? Is there like are we on an upper level that's like around the whole building, or is it just?
It is just the courtyard and the ground below.
Got you.
You are like 1 floor above, standing over. The actual Boston Public Library has 2 floors, but I decided not to do that.
Yeah, do a fictionalized version. It's fine. I'm holding you to. I'm just checking your version of it because I want to make sure I've got a sense.
There is only 1 level of this library. It's got a pretty tall ceiling, but it's 1 floor essentially.
Yeah.
Just honestly, I was planning on doing 2 floors, but then I remembered from past games that can be quite challenging and also would mean a lot of walking around. I figured I'd make
a lot more map
smaller.
as well, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been to a multi-floor library and that's complicated.
Yeah.
I'll use the 10mm pistol then and just see who I can get. I'm going to aim vaguely for like SOP 5, I think.
All right.
And at some point, I need to give Augusta training to be better at guns because this is just unacceptable. The amount that we've fired and it's just never worked for her. Speaking of.
Oh, wow.
For people who can't see, Augusta just rolled
got a 19
another
and a
critical
20.
fail. So that means that again, the bullet
Butterfingers.
claps. The bullet misses its target, and the kickback is more than before. And she drops the 10mm pistol onto the ground of Courtyard D, not too far away from her other pistol.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go down there.
Next time, she should melee attack them with her switchblade from up there, critically fail the melee attack, and drop
the blade. I'll just jump down holding the blade and just see what happens. That's probably my best move, right?
You could try.
That's not an official move.
You could try and throw the switchblade. That is an option that you could do. I don't know if you would necessarily.
Yeah, but then the move after that is I have no weapons. Got to think one ahead, which is the point where Anyway, okay, hiding again because I'm clearly a liability.
Okay, I'm gonna say you don't really need to do a stealth roll for that because you just need to step away. Carl, I'm going to say, does need to do stealth rolls because he has a whole skill for that, and unless he steps away as well.
Carl's the most stealthy of all of us, I think.
Yeah, I have a feeling Carl's going to be fine. I have a feeling Carl is going to be absolutely fine. Okay, so at that point, it is Herbie. It's your go.
All right. We're on the back of the building above Library 6, correct?
Yeah, you are standing, not too far away. That's where the glass dome starts.
Yeah, I'm just stuck. What's the movement in this system? Can I move 2 zones or 1 zone?
It's like a bonus action in D&D money to move a zone, I believe. Oh, I've got it all here, actually. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's a minor combat action. You can move up to 1 zone.
If I take a major, I can move more than 1?
Yes, I believe you can.
Yes.
But as always, every major action costs an action point, which we desperately need for shooting.
You could move up to the glass pane where you are with a minor action and fire with your minigun as your major action. That is an option for you if you wanted it.
I'm trying to do is move away. I'm trying to move towards the front of the building so I'm above Courtyard D or above Courtyard C.
Yeah, I'm going to say you can do that. Yeah.
And I will take that as my full movement then.
Yeah, the rooftop is 1 zone. So you could move anywhere within it for free.
Okay, then he would move to be in position above Courtyard D, if that's my movement, and then he's going to drop dynamite.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, make your roll.
Let me find it here. Did it go? Where did it go? I thought I had this set up and I just hit roll and it didn't go. Okay. Oh, there. 2 successes.
Yeah, you hit. Roll for damage.
Everybody in the zone will take 4 physical damage.
Okay, that becomes 3. So they're firing up. They don't really notice. Sort of like a Warner Brothers cartoon that a stick of dynamite has fallen behind them, and it explodes and catapults them and pushes them both forward onto the ground. They stand up. One of them's a bit on fire and just brushes it off, and they scream, start yelling, Our debt will be repaid. Your debt will be repaid. Let us repay your debt," and fires up at you. So, because you moved, I'm going to say you can't really get out of the...
I'm fine with it.
You are in sight. So, currently in sight is General Isaacs, Herbie. Nick is going to step forward. he's a bit pissed off at having a few chunks taken off him, so he's going to fire at Sisterhood of Pain 2 again. And you know what? I'm going to re-roll one of those with one of mine. Ah, great. He hits. Ooh, nice. Okay. Sisterhood of Pain 2. He's going to hit. Oh, wrong one. 3, that is. Torso. Oh, hell yeah. So he steps forward and yells off, shouting all sorts of expletives as a little bit of white juice starts leaking onto his shoulder. And he plants a bullet straight in Sisterhood of Pain 2's head, who collapses to the ground. And he's going to stand there and basically, essentially, just keep firing. So he is in sight. And now it's Sisterhood of Pain turn to fire back. I'm going to use one of them. Nope, and another one. Nope, okay. Alright. So Sisterhood of Pain are all firing up, still doing their chants and their various prayers and cutting themselves on glass from the ground and just basically fucking themselves up almost as much as you're fucking them up. One of the Sisterhood of Pain spots Herbie and realizes that that is the guy who just threw a stick of dynamite down and starts firing obsessively at Herbie, screaming something about paying back, a glorious flame wiping the world clean of all of the sin, yada yada yada. And Herbie takes that's 11 damage to the torso area. That is physical damage. Please don't tell me I've killed your character.
No, you only did a few points of damage.
Good. Okay, I was a little worried then because it would feel mean if I kill off your new character immediately.
Hey, I have been playing long enough in games that the dice roll are dice rolls. Don't worry about it. But Herbie takes it, and you see him just grunt and fold a little bit in two. But he stands back up. His jacket took a brunt of the damage. It's now got holes in it.
Cool.
But
I just looked at his hit points.
That
he's gonna
fucking
be fine.
hurts.
That's fine. He's got hit points. He's good.
Yeah, he's got pretty good endurance.
Yeah. Cool. So at that point, it's where's the turn counter gone? There it is. Carl, it's on you. Still hidden.
All right. Well, let's go for a shot at sister number 1. And let's see here. I'll reroll that fail because I can. It's a success. I will bank that success so we don't run out of action points for fighting.
I've got you up to 5 action points now because you earned a couple earlier that I noted down. So you've got 5 action points as I count.
Yes, but each attack costs an action point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's 1. Okay. So
we
that's...
should be at 1 action point now.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
1 out of... Oh, yeah. It's 6 again now, isn't it? The bonus is gone because Freddy is no longer with us. So that's down to 6 again. Okay, cool.
3 damage. With 1 piercing, if that matters. No, 2 piercings. They roll 2 effects.
Yeah, that makes it a full 3. So, boom, arrow hits in the head, and you see that the Sisterhood of Pain, he pulls the arrow out and then jams it into his shoulder, and just goes like, oh. And
do I get to roll an arrow stab for that?
No, because that's entirely cinematic for my own amusement more than anything else. Yeah, and he continues firing, reloading a shotgun and firing up at the sky. If you can do your stealth roll.
Yep. How many? 4 successes. How many did I need here?
2. So you are up to 3 action points now.
I'm backing 2. We have 3 action points, so you can shoot a bit more.
Yeah. So that means that
it's General Isaac's turn to shoot at the same ding bong. Oh, hello. Can I bank her successes?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, 1 sec. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, why not? I don't know if that's rules as written, but that seems to make sense.
Yep. Okay. Then we have 4 action points, and that is 5 damage with 4 piercing. Good grief!
And she got like a critical, so I'm going to say she can roll an additional damage dice because of that.
Oh. 1 split. 1 extra damage.
So that's 6. With enough successes to basically shred any armor at this point. So General Isaacs stares down the sight of her laser musket. Inside her head, it's like calculating distance and time and all of these angles and stuff. And she decides, She shoots and hits the statue that Knight Maxi is tied to. The shot rebounds off that and hits the Sisterhood of Pain 1 in the back of his head, causing his head to explode, covering Knight Maxi in brain and skull and all of that stuff. As the Sisterhood of Pain body crumples to the ground. Augusta, it's you.
Augusta has no weapons left that she can fire from up here, so she's going to have to find a way down. Did we bring the rope back in?
You said you wanted to, so yeah, I'm going to say the rope is being brought back in. You also have the doorway that would lead down into the library.
Yeah, that may be the easier way to do it, or I go back around and go to the front, because right now there's a lot of people on the ground here. And it might also be a liability if Herbie is throwing around dynamite. I'm just considering my options here. I might go down and then go towards the person with the dynamite and try and like stab a few people with my switchblade here and near there. So I'm going to use the door to go down. How much of a round will that take?
I'm going to say...
In fact, hang on. I'll do it stealthy. I'll use the round to go downstairs, and I'll do it slowly and quietly so that I'm not heard.
Okay, so you're going to end up in Library 6, which was a staff room. So you walk down and you see basically like rotting sofas, the odd 200-year-old coffee machine, a vending machine, stuff like that. And you've got doorways to your right and to your left.
Do you want me to roll for the sneak, or are you happy to just let me do that quietly?
Yeah, roll for sneak.
Oh, I got a decent roll for once. 3 successes.
Nice, you didn't drop the sneak.
Yeah, I didn't fall onto the floor myself.
I'm assuming you're banking the extra success because you only needed 2, so that brings you up to 5 action points.
Fab.
So yeah, I'm going to say that was that getting down there is a major action, and sneaking is a minor is your minor combat action. So yeah, that's as much as you can do.
Okay.
So then, Herbie, it's you.
All right. Herbie's going to swing the minigun down and point at SOP 5 and 6. And additional dice, that's for what? Damage dice?
It depends on what you're looking at.
Okay, well here, I'll just go that way. 1 success, I can re-roll that one with because of my jacket. So that's 2 successes.
Which one are you targeting? Or do you have a thing that means you can target both?
I'm targeting 5, but I'm hoping of me, 5. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have a Pip-Boy
additional rate of? I don't have a Pip-Boy.
Okay, so
I'm aiming for center mass right now, and I'm going to use additional rate of fire.
All right, so
and the effects also. Okay, I can additionally 2 more for a max out. So that's total damage. And the effects button, because of my perk, the face actually means additional damage.
Yeah, we don't need to work out the exact number. You already done more than enough. So yeah, even with the you wouldn't even need the additional things. You still need to roll. You aim down, you fire, and essentially this member of the Sisterhood of Pain explodes through too many bullets. And the Sisterhood of Pain person next to them looks down at the pile of meat and bone that you have reduced this human being to, takes a handful, puts a bunch of it in their mouth, spits it out, and says, "Not as tasty as I thought they would be," and fires back up at the roof.
What?
I need the wrong system. The perk that allows me to continue firing the minigun at more than one person. Just keep sawing them in half.
I'm surprised that the spread effect didn't hit them both.
See, I thought the spread was it hits the same. Yeah, this is what it is. For each effect rolled, your attack inflicts 1 additional hit on the target. Each additional hit inflicts half the rolled damage rounded down, which is why I was saying no need to do that. You already got enough. You have built this character to do damage, and he does damage.
Yep.
The one saving grace of him is that he can only hit one person at a time.
That's why I want to change that. That doesn't seem fair with a minigun.
I think there's a perk out there somewhere that lets you do that. And if you do that, then you're going to be a beast, and I can't wait to see what that looks like. But yeah, Nick turns around to you and says, "Glad to have you on our side, Herbie."
I thought the dynamite would take them out, but I guess they're a little sturdier than I thought, or I need to find some fresher stuff. You know them. But he aims up on the next one, even as they're firing at him.
Okay, so Nick steps forward and he's going to try and aim for Sisterhood of Pain 6. and he misses. Nick is a thinker and an investigator. Not the best fighter. He's better than most because he is essentially a synth with the memories of a pre-war cop. So he's not bad with a pistol, but he's not great. Yeah, that was information that came out last time. He was talking about his past a little bit. And so at that point, yeah, it's the remaining Sisterhood of Pain people who are not running away. They are not known for running away from a fight. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 more. Whoops. Haha. Okay. So they all fire up at the roof. They all hilariously miss. More glass rains down. There's not really much glass left because they are firing shotguns. Like multiple shotguns at it. So basically all of the glass is almost all gone. Sisterhood of Pain 6 drops their shotgun on the ground. And that's their turn. So now we're back to Carl, who is still hidden.
Just want to make a point. Burst is the one that affects multiple area targets. You may hit one additional target within close range of the primary target. So minigun does have the burst effect. For next round, just to note
In
it.
that case, I'm going to take off a few hit points from Sisterhood of Pain 6 because they definitely got a few too. Boom.
All right. Longbow at Sister 6. One success. Rerolling my failure. I actually miss.
Yeah, I'm going to say that at that point, you fire just as that particular member of the Sisterhood just kneels down to take a chomp of the viscera. So, yeah, it wasn't this. You were definitely on target up until they unexpectedly leant their head down to have a bite. And yeah.
All right. Isaac shoots at Sister 6.
Definite hit.
With 6 damage, 2 armor ignored.
The shot goes off, lands, and that Sisterhood, that sister, falls to the ground with a massive grin on their face. You get the impression from these people in combat that they enjoy every part of it. Hurting people, getting hurt, and dying. They seem to be very into all of those as a thing.
And I stay hidden, and I bank my extra success, so we remain in balance with this one I spent for shooting.
You are 6 action points. Oh yeah, 5 action points because of that one. Yeah. So do your stealth roll. Oh, you just did, and you succeeded massively. That's what you were talking about. Fair enough. Okay. Augusta.
Can I get to Gut Guzzler and free her?
Okay, I'm going to say that you can move 3 zones.
Oh, I have to go around the thing.
Yeah, there's no direct way into the courtyard from where you are.
Got you.
But you can...
Don't worry about that then. I'll go to the nearest enemy.
Okay, so you've got 2 choices. You don't know which way is necessarily the best way.
Yeah.
From where you're standing, so you can choose basically to go to the left or to the right.
I've just realised I'm trying to zoom into the map on Twitch rather than the one in Roll20, and one of those works and the other one doesn't. I'm going to try and go to the door that I haven't just come through, or the one that leads to a bit of the library I don't know yet.
Left or right?
Left.
Okay, so you're going to go that way.
Yes.
Okay. 1. You arrive into this room, which is... Why did I close that? That was silly. Don't close the thing that you need, Michelle. That is Library 5. You walk in, and this looks like an office. Desks, the odd computer, files on a bookshelf, filing cabinets, that kind of thing. You're going to continue moving?
I'm going to keep half an eye out for the actual constitution for the Commonwealth that we came here to get, but I am like, the priority just now is getting rid of the Sisterhood of Pain.
Okay, so you could... I'm saying that you can move 3 zones. You've moved 1.
Okay, I'll carry on through that way and see if there's another way out through the next room.
Okay. Yeah. Reveal area.
I'm basically that person opening out the map for everyone.
You walk into the room. You see a sign that says that this is reading room C. This is a room full of desks with lamps that all of the light bulbs have long since rotted and been broken, and the odd book here and there. And you find on the ground tied up and gagged 3 people, a man and 2 women, all human, or at least human looking, in what you recognize as gunrunner gear. So we're talking black leathers and everything else. They are very beat up and gagged. They all have ball gags. And they're all just on the ground, and they see you and just go...
I'll do the internationally recognized symbol for stop making noise, please. And try and set about cutting them loose with my switchblade.
Okay, I'm going to say that's an action, so you won't be able to move anymore.
That's fine. That's fine.
You cut them and you free them. And...
I cut the things holding them back. I don't cut them.
Yeah. So they stand up, and the man says to you, "Thank you. Wait a minute. Huh. A vaulty."
Yeah, I came from a vault, but we're here to help you out just now. We can do all the introduction stuff in a minute, but right now there's a bunch of...
Oh, it's all good. I fucking love a vaulty. You and your ideals and principles. Thank you. And so that was your turn. So we'll go back to Herbie and his ridiculous gun.
Herbie will move over to Courtyard C and light him up again.
Okay, let me make sure I definitely do the burst thing. The attack hits 1 additional target within close range of the primary target for each effect rolled. Each additional target spends 1 additional unit of ammunition from the weapon. Okay, so as I understand that...
I have to keep track of ammunition really close on this gun, so that's why I have to be careful. And I have to remember I used 1 before, and they're groups of 10, not groups of 1.
So as rules are written, the attack hits 1 additional target within close range for each effect rolled. So if you rolled 3 effects, that doesn't equal an extra thing. If you rolled 1 effect, that means you would hit both. If you rolled 2 effects, that means you would hit both. Does that make sense?
Burst attack hits 1 additional target within close range of the primary target for each effect rolled. So it can hit 1 at each, but each additional cost an additional shot from the weapon. So I would have to shoot 1 additional shot from the weapon. Correct? Yeah. Well, here, let's just do this. He's going to re-roll the failed one.
Is that because of a perk or action point?
Jacket.
Oh, gotcha.
And he failed on that one too. Only 1 success.
Okay, so you let off a stream of bullets that go raining down, and for whatever reason, the Sisterhood of Pain duck and weave out of the way.
Damn it, didn't have the angle on him. Fucking slippery. And he...
Can't you use an action point to re-roll that one?
I can, but I didn't. I will go ahead and do that if everybody's okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he succeeded then.
Okay, so that, you're down to 4 action points. Roll for damage. So that's 3, but with spread.
I am going to use an additional die because I can add additional dice for
Okay,
additional rounds of ammunition.
this is going to take some doing. God damn. Okay, so as the rules are written, this is what happens. You see the remaining 2 Sisterhood of Pain. They are shooting up and screaming and doing all of their prayer shit. You let down a rain of bullets that starts to hit from the head and just... and they both collapse to the ground. Horrifically dead.
Damn, that took a lot of ammo. And that is what Herbie says.
And so that is the combat over. You have been successful. So yeah. You can hear from down below, Gut Guzzler and Night Maxi are looking at the sky. They have seen some people that they vaguely recognize and are variously going, as they are both ball-gagged. You can hear Stupid Jim still screaming from somewhere. Let's just cut to outside because we haven't checked in with Jade for a while. Jade has been politely standing guard out front. Jade, you have been hearing because this combat took around 55 seconds to actually play out. Like, it was very short. And now you've heard that the gunfire has died down. What would you like to do?
I mean, the door was barred from the inside, so I think Jade is going to wait for the others for someone to come out, either the others from the group or the enemy, to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Or a message on his Pip-Boy, of course.
Alright, so you're ready with your weapon. Sniff is there just lowly growling at the door. Sniff isn't particularly fond of being away from Carl for too long. Miss Nanny pointing all of her various limbs at the door. Tumu is just eating some random crap from the ground, just eating some garbage that they found. Olivia Barstow is just looking quite nervous. All of this is new to her. All this is new. She doesn't really know how to react. So we're going to cut back to you know what, let's cut to the roof. So you're standing on the roof, Carl, Herbie, with General Isaacs and Nick Valentine. They're all dead. Downstairs, Nick just says, well, I think that's it.
Yeah, we better go help. I got some friends that are captured in here somewhere.
We'll help you look.
Oh, and then he will head back to the entrance over Library 6.
Okay, you all following?
Yes.
All right. So
Unless you want to yell. Herbie will look over the edge. Friends of yours? At the front, if they're going towards the front of the roof.
who's he talking to?
He would have only seen Nick at this point because Arl's character keeps hiding. So.
Fair enough. Nick just says, well, not really friends. I mean, I know the kid. It's hard to find her, and didn't expect to find her here. What about you? Who are you looking for?
Me and some runner friends are just out looking. There's been people causing some troubles for us.
Huh.
And, well, we just decided to stop by the library pick up something to read. Zeb sent us out to, like you said, see who's causing the trouble.
Oh, Zeb didn't
May have been
mention
the
that
sisters.
any of his runners were missing. Huh.
Well, we weren't missing at the time.
Fair point. So you all go downstairs into, again, what used to be a staff area. Augusta, you're standing there with 3 gun runners. They are variously patching themselves up a bit. They've been involved in what's been going on. They have been involved participants. I'm going to leave it at that. Isabella introduces herself and says, "Have you seen our other one? Have you seen a ghoul?"
There's another one?
Yeah, a ghoul.
I haven't seen them, but I think I've heard them. Have they got a lot of dynamite?
Yep, that's Herbie. He does love his dynamite.
Right, then I know roughly where they are. They're probably still alive. They were doing some damage when I last saw them.
All right. So who are you with?
I'm with another group. It sounds like it's died down out there. Do you think it'd be safe to go out?
Well, there's only one way to find out. And she turns over a table, breaks off a leg to use as a club. Elsa, the other woman, walks around and picks up a large rock. And Reese readies his fist and just says, "Let's fucking go."
You folks are resourceful. I like it.
So which way are you heading?
I'm heading into the courtyard because I want to get my weapons back that I dropped stupidly on the floor.
Okay,
And
Reese
also
says...
shotguns.
At this point, Reese says...
I mean, yeah, there's shotguns everywhere, presumably.
Oh, yeah. Reese says, "Go, it's this way round." I'm going to reveal the whole map at this point, because that makes the most sense. And I'm... So yeah, you head round Library 1. That gives you a doorway through into Courtyard C. Carl, Herbie, which way are you going?
Sorry, just to say, I can see it on Roll20, but the audience can't.
That's peculiar.
I'm going into the courtyard also.
Oh, it's just updated. Sometimes it takes a second. Yeah, you know what? Everyone's heading to the courtyard. Let's just get into that and end this map weirdness. So from the courtyard, you all meet up. You all see each other. Everyone's kind of okay. Night Maxie is still tied up to the statue. Gut Guzzler is still tied to the chair. Ball gags in mouth.
Where do we find
behind Courtyard A, at the back of Courtyard A from where you're standing, there is a doorway that says janitorial on it. And from in there, you can hear Stupid Jim is still screaming. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take my combat knife and cut Gut Guzzler free, starting with the gag.
As you cut off the ball gag, she just says, "You got to get Jim out of there. You've got to get him out."
Yeah, sure. And then I'll cut the ropes holding her hands and legs.
I'll walk over to Night Maxie. If you're alive, you can keep the armor, but I'm taking it if you're dead. And taps him to see if he's moving.
Did you cut off the ball gag?
Yeah, I mean, he's just seeing if he's alive, moving at all first.
I'm alive, I think.
Then he cuts him down.
At that point, the armor just stands there, and he says, "Could you do me a solid and turn the wheel on the back?"
And he will give it a spin, crank, whatever it is.
There's
Is he a wind-up toy?
And the power armor opens, and he steps out. He is wearing heavily burned overalls underneath that you can see the logo for the Brotherhood of Steel is still on it and still vaguely visible. But he looks like a ghoul to you, but he has some kind of computer board chip thing sticking out of his head. And yeah, so you have never seen anything like him before, Herbie. He looks at the body armor and just says, "I don't suppose you have a power core, do you? A fusion core?"
Now,
rather."
what the hell happened to you? You're pretty... Damn it, I thought I was bad being burnt up on the ones from that explosion, but you got me beat.
I took a mini.
I know
nuke.
I don't have a power core, but a mini nuke?
Yeah, I took a mini nuke. You won't believe me. No one believes me. I should be dead. I'm not. Do you need? Do you want to ask
I
any more
don't
questions?
not
Or do you want to
believe
get
you.
the fuck out of here?
Well, I always want to ask questions, especially somebody who's been around like you, it looks like. Ain't often I get to talk to somebody who's been almost as old as me.
I'm not old. I'm 32.
Damn. This beat up already. Careful. Hearts wear out too soon. You're going to be just all ahead in a jar.
You're more right than you could know. And at that point,
he'll offer him some food. He doesn't have much for rations, but he'll offer him something and a little bit of water. It might be dirty water, but he offers it to him.
He just says, "I'm fine, thanks." And he walks over here and starts looking through. No, he walks over to the Sisterhood of Pain bodies there and starts going through their pockets, if they're still pockets and they aren't just reduced to nothing. Looking for something. Yeah, so what would folks like to do?
I'd like to open the front door and let all the other people in.
Eventually open the janitorial closet too.
Yeah, if it wasn't that they were both in opposite directions, if we open the front door, people can come in and then we can go to the janitorial closet. That was my next move, but I don't want to leave everyone outside.
Okay, in the in library 1, in like the entranceway, you can see that there is like a reception desk, a couple of ornate looking statues of various colonial historical figures whose names have been lost to pre-war history. And the barrier in front of the door is basically like desks, chairs, the odd vending machine, anything remotely heavy that was used to that has been used to barricade. So that's going to take you some time to clear that out. That's going to take
if anyone else wants to help, if any of the gun slingers or our own group want to get involved, that'd be cool.
Yeah, cool. Just let's expedite this. There's multiple people doing it. It's going to take you like about a minute, and you clear out the way, and the doorway opens, and Jade, you can see Augusta and a bunch of gun runners as with her.
Interesting company.
Doesn't it always go like this these days?
Fair. Need a dog?
I suspect some of us do. We haven't got to gym yet.
Elsa says, "You're a doctor. You."
I've been healed by him.
Well, I mean, I knew Zeb was smart, but not like Doctor Smart. I didn't know. All right, fair enough. Whatever. You're a doctor. Yeah, I could do with your. I think we could all use your help. So yeah, Herbie, you wanted to try and give a shot opening the janitorial closet thing, right?
That was, yeah, he's after helping Knight Maxie down. He would do that.
Okay, so the door is locked, but it's a fairly simple lock because it's like janitor's closet. So a lockpick it would be a 1 difficulty agility lockpicking roll.
How about kicking with a foot?
That would be an athletic strength check. Again, difficulty 1.
Damn, he falls backwards.
No crit, so that's good. No critical failure, so that's no complication. So yeah, you
Damn, that's a sturdy lock.
You could try again.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'll show you how it's done, and I'll take out a lockpick and...
He has 0 ability in lockpick. He has 2 in kick. So
As you can see if I actually have the right tools. Yes. There was a difficulty 1, you said.
Yes.
Okay, well, my my bobby pins don't reduce it to less than that, so picking the lock.
Yeah. Okay.
See? This is how you
With
do
a-
it.
With a
Open the
bobby
door.
pin. I usually just, if I have plastic, I just use that and put a detonator on it, and it opens the door just fine.
You open the door, and it's a fairly large, like, closet area, but it has been cleared out. There's nothing in it except stupid Jim sat on the floor. His head is in his hand, and he is just screaming, "Make it stop! Ah! No! Ah!"
I walk up to him and poke him on the forehead. Hey, Jim.
Ah!
Snap
Ah!
my finger and say, snap out of it.
He looks up, sees you, and then gives you a hug, and he is bawling. He is crying. He is just saying, "Oh, thank you. Oh, thank God. Thank you." At that point,
Okay, big guy. Okay, come on here.
Cassie,
lead them out.
Gustler runs up to him and gives her the biggest hug, and he just says to her, "It was horrible. There was no one to talk to. There was no one to look at. There was nothing to do. Oh, God." Cassie just says, there. It's okay. You'll be okay. So yeah, that's the scene. That's Nick walks up to Cassie and just says, "Hey kid, I've been looking for you." Cassie just turns around and says, "Nick, my parents sent you." Nick says, "Yeah, kid. A lot's changed since you left, but I never drop a case. When Diamond City got took, I was out looking for you. I set myself up in Monofonto Towers and kept looking for you. I'm glad to see you're alright. Your parents, though, they were in Diamond City." Cassie just says, "Yeah. We got to Diamond City. I was coming back. I was going home. I know. Me and Jim here were hoping to find some kind of blueprint or plan for Diamond City. Try and find another way in. But we hit a snag. Stupid Jim can't read. Stupid Jim says, "Yeah, I came here so I could read good to learn things and stop being stupid Jim." Nick just turns around to everybody and says, "Well, I mean, thanks for your help. I'm guessing you came here. You came here looking for something. I guess it's only
Who's he talking to?
You helped me. You helped me close my case. It's only fair that I help you find what you're looking for. What is it that you're after again?"
I mean, I was being evasive about it earlier, but you all go for it if you want to. I'm also at the other end of the building, so...
I'm going to say you were done with that and the door's open and everyone's in the same place now, just for ease of everything.
We came to get a draft of the Constitution.
Yeah, you were saying. Not the before Constitution.
No, a very much more recent one.
Did you get any idea of where it was?
I was rather distracted by all the gunfire and so on.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since the last session, so I will say that Jack Hancock said that it was left in the place that they were working on was a reading room B.
Yeah, I haven't seen reading room B. I think I saw reading room C, but I don't think I've been through reading room B.
All right, well, let's go.
I made a medicine roll that was it Elsa saying she needed some?
Yeah, you succeeded. So that was just a normal.
2 successes. Plus 1 HP for healer.
So how many HP is that you've just done?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. It's a long time since I have used it, actually.
Math is hard. While she's repairing and they're looking for the Constitution, Herbie will be scavenging what he can, especially shotgun shells and any other ammunition, etc.
Okay.
And Carl will be retrieving all of his arrows.
Okay, so you don't really need a survival roll to find the stuff that is on the Sisterhood of Pain. You find on them... I'll send this to you on Discord so you've got a list. Essentially, you find 5 sexy leathers. These have the same stats as like leather clothing, leathers, essentially. But these are the sexy version. I will leave what sexy means to your imagination. 5 leather chest pieces, 6 double shotguns, and 6 D20 rolls of money. And between them you find 58 bottle caps.
All right.
So I'll send you that list on Discord afterwards, so you can all add that to Tumu. To do any other scavenging...
Any shotgun ammunition.
Sorry?
Any shotgun ammunition, considering they were shooting at us with it.
You know, that's a good point. Like this, the item says no, but I'm going to say that there was. I'm going to do another roll to see how many shotgun shells you've got. So that's another... I'm going to say 6... Yeah, 6 rolls, 6 people. You find 54 shotgun shells.
All right.
Hell yeah. Not that I've gotten to look over Tumu yet, but...
Gun shells. 54. You also find amongst them paddles and whips. These are almost certainly going to be useless to you in combat. These are not made with combat in mind. Like, you could use them, for sure. You could pick them up, but they are all juicy and kind of gross. Let's just leave it at that.
Gotcha.
I feel like I'm going to need to bathe before we leave this library.
Or have a big game of table tennis.
Yeah.
You all get the feeling that it is best that you do not take off your shoes in this courtyard. Let's just leave it that way.
And there's broken glass everywhere as well.
Yeah,
so...
that too. That too.
Hey, look at this. I found a 10mm and a 44.
They're mine, I think. I haven't had a chance to get those yet.
So yeah, you pick up your guns. They are fine. They're pretty sturdy. They've survived the fall. Just not the best fight for Augusta. And we're getting close to it. So you know what? We're getting very close to 9 o'clock. So I'm going to say, well, let's call it there. So,
Okay.
Nick Valentine has offered to give you a hand looking through the library for the Constitution. Stupid Jim is still crying, and Cassie / Gut Guzzler is hugging him and trying to see that he's okay. It turns out that the worst kind of torture you could do to Stupid Jim is lock him in a room with nothing to do for any amount of time. That is something about Stupid Jim you could maybe use in the future if you want to be horrible people. Sniffers.
Have any of our own any injuries?
I'm going to say let's roll for injuries and stuff and treating people and stuff on Discord.
Yeah.
I mean, Freddy's still dead, but apart from that...
Herbie took some damage, but he hasn't been companioned yet. So.
But yeah, none of the rest of you, but because then Michelle had all the information so I can take that with her.
Other than that, Herbie would be gathering the body parts and stuff and burying them in some rubble out front or something so that they won't attract animals and insects.
I was a bit worried where that was going there, but thanks for finishing that.
Yeah.
So you all see Herbie, the perfect stranger, just start messing with body parts.
Dragging them out, various things, but he left some goo piles, so he's taking some responsibility there.
I mean, I've heard some things about ghouls that I don't want to... Okay.
I haven't taken the cannibalism perk, if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you in 2 weeks, where we find out what the hell happens next. Hope you enjoyed that. The Sisterhood of Pain certainly did. And that, yeah. I've ruined ending this in any kind of smooth way. So I'm just going to say bye, everyone.